Om Shanti. So, these are times when everybody is seeking strength, and we all have a desire in our heart to help those who are in need of help. But what I think is the kind of help that the world needs right now is more spiritual in nature than anything physical. And if you want to help somebody, you first need to have that thing inside you. So if you want to give strength, you can't be afraid, you can't be hopeless, you can't be in fear and in worry and then radiate strength. You can't do that because you can only give what you have. So Baba uses this expression being an embodiment of power. So if you are an embodiment of God's power, then you will be able to help others around you. And for that, Baba tells us to have yoga with him. So today also in the Murli, I will read out the Murli and keep explaining it to you. So on these similar lines, Baba in the Murli today says that sweet children, you become the masters of the world where there are no limits. It is a wonder how you claim the kingdom of the whole world with the power of yoga. So, first thing Baba says is, you become a master of that world. So when we talk about golden age, so golden age is the world where there are no limits. So Baba gives an example in the Murli today that these days, people say, you flew over my sky. So now, and if I find any of your aircraft moving through my sky, then I'll shoot it. So Baba says these days, it's my water and my land and my sky, and people talk in these terms. So Baba says in the golden age, there will be no boundaries. And when there are no boundaries, you live, that's a free world. So where everything is free, everybody has equal ownership over everything. And Baba says, that is the world I am taking to you. And you create such a world with the power of yoga. Now, what power do you use all day? So, in the day you meet so many situations, and what is the power you use all day whenever you have, whenever you are in a situation, what is the kind of power you use to deal with that situation? So give me an example of a situation and the power you use to deal with that situation. Who will volunteer? So anybody wants to share? I want this class to be a little interactive. So Simben, you share? Kindly unmute and share. Deepika Ben, you can share.
Om Shanti. Sorry, I have my video off because the internet is not good on my end.
Okay.
Especially now during this time, during COVID, it's very easy to get caught up in the past because we have a lot of time to think. And my power is the power that I use is the power of intellect, where I face my memories, but I use the knowledge Baba is giving me to bring myself back to him in whatever way. For example, if I'm angry at someone, I'll say, okay, in the end of the day, we'll all go to the land of peace.
Okay.
And then I'll start imagining myself back.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else would like to share? So you can just raise your hand and let me know. Ha, Jinedra's phone. Yes, you can share.
हाँ जी।
हाँ जी।
ओम शांति
Om
दीदी।
Shanti.
आपकी सब जो भी आप कहते हैं, बाबा कहते हैं, उससे मन में इतनी शांति आती है कि अभी आज मैंने सुबह मॉर्निंग देखी तो इतनी खूबसूरत लगी। ऐसा लगा कि कोविड और सब तो चल ही रहा है, उसके बाद भी भगवान हमारे को बहुत कुछ दे रहा है जिससे कि हम एक्सपायर कर सकते हैं और अपनी लाइफ में थोड़ी सी खुशी ले सकते हैं।
Very nice. Thank you. है ना? So these are very beautiful sharings. Anything anybody else would like to share? Okay. Thank you. So you see that whenever we are in a situation, so if let's say, for example, somebody has fever. Now, if there is a mother who has been very knowledgeable about the traditional systems of medicine, then she will like to deal with that situation using a jari booty or giloy or something. And then if there is a medical doctor around, they would deal with the situation with their knowledge of medicine, about what medicine to take at that time. And then there'll be another person who believes in physical fitness through exercise and stuff. Then they would probably suggest you breathe or you do something, some form of exercise, so that will help you. So we deal with situations differently according to our sense of who we are. Yes, so, and Baba says, when you have yoga with me, that is, when you are resourcing from me, then you have access to my knowledge, my virtues, and my powers, which you did not have access to earlier. So now when we are in a situation, do we deal with that situation with the knowledge that Baba has given us, with the virtues that Baba has given us, and with the powers that Baba has given us? So you see, I will give you a very simple example. Before I came to Gyan, I had no idea that I had so much power to tolerate. And earlier I used to think if somebody tells me something, probably if I listen to that person, then probably I'll have some sores on my ears or something. And I was very scared of, words. And if people didn't talk to me nicely, it was not an idea I did accept. But then Baba made me aware of the power to tolerate. And then I tried. So, I just pulled up my power to tolerate in any situation which I was facing. And if somebody was talking rudely, I just said, okay, let me pull up the power to tolerate and let me just see what happens. So, can words actually kill me? And then I slowly, gradually became aware that a person has a lot of capacity to hear what other people are offering, or even to handle the heat or the cold. So you, the soul, can handle or tolerate a lot of things which are going on in the external world. It could be cold, it could be heat, it could be other people's anger or misbehavior. And by the power to tolerate, I do not mean that you do not respond to it correctly, but that you, while responding also, you are unperturbed. It doesn't make a difference to you. So your response you give like your spiritual duty, but then it doesn't matter to you. So you're not coming from a place of reaction. So Baba says that you have all these powers. You have the virtue of love within you. You have the virtue of peace. You have the virtue of purity. And earlier, we were not aware of these virtues. We were not aware of the knowledge of how souls are and why they are the way they are. And we were not aware of why the situations around us is what it is. Earlier, we used to, try finding somebody to blame. But now you just know that this COVID and everything that's happening around the world is a phenomena of time. And because it is Kali Yuga, these things are going to happen. And until and unless we come back to our purity and power and virtues, these things can't stop. So Baba says that whenever you are in a situation, if you keep using your power of yoga with me, that is, whatever you have gained through your association with me. So when we come in touch with Baba, either through the Murli or the classes, or we come in touch with Baba in meditation. So when you meditate, what are you doing? You are connecting with that one who is the ocean of peace, love, happiness, and drawing that into you. So Baba says, by virtue of your association with me, you are becoming a different person and your responses are becoming different, and you are creating a new world order by doing that. So Baba says that you are able to create a new world through the power of yoga. Does that make sense to you? Yes? Does that make sense to you? That you can create a new world through the power of yoga by using newer virtues and powers and new knowledge that Baba is giving you. Because this old world, you see, what we see externally is, there is chaos and there is disorder and there is so much of disturbance in the external world. But if you look deeply, what is the reason for this disturbance? What is the reason for this disturbance? The lack of virtues and powers. Yes, and we are all living very viciously, and that's the reason for disturbance. The other day I was reading in the news that people who are healthy are going and taking beds in the hospital, and then people who can manage it at home are taking the beds in the hospital, and then people who are really seriously ill are not able to get a bed in the hospital. So if we just use our discernment, and if we just had bigger hearts, and we could think of ourselves as members of this universe or this world, and we could think of this world as a family and make our decisions based on that consciousness, then there would be lesser problems in the world today. And this is what Baba is every day telling us. You are a soul, and everyone around you is a soul brother. So when you are taking a decision, just consider everybody's well-being while taking that decision. And if you can just expand your consciousness in that manner, and if you can work out of love and purity and peace, and not allow selfish concerns or these feelings of fear and worry to take over, then you will make better decisions, and we will collectively be able to create a better world. So what are we doing? We are doing that on an individual level, and we are also spreading that consciousness through thoughts, words, and actions. So Baba says it is through this power of yoga that you become the masters of a new world. And this power of yoga is a great power, and until and unless we have access to Baba or to his virtues, we are not able to do these things. So this is what Baba says in the essence today. And the question is very interesting. Baba says, with which bond of the drama is the father also bound? So Baba says, I am also not somebody who has free will. Okay, so Baba says, I am also bound by the drama. And this question brings us to that, that question that always comes up in every spiritual discussion. That is the question of free will and predestination. So people ask whether we have free will or everything is predestined. Yes, so Baba says that even I don't have absolute free will. Okay, Baba says, I am also bound by the drama. That is, I am bound by the scheme of things or the design. So there is a design of the universe, and even Baba is bound by that. And what is Baba bound as? Baba says, I have to come personally in front of you. And Baba is bound to do that. He cannot say, I won't go and teach children. So when the time comes, he has to do it. So Baba says, I have to come personally in front of you, children. I am bound by this bond. Unless I come, the tangled thread cannot be untangled. What is the tangled thread? So, we have mixed up what is what in a very bad way. And then, for example, let's take this concept of self-love. So everything is tangled these days. So when you hear self-love, most people interpret it as, spending some time and money in the parlor and the gym and paying attention to your physical fitness and beauty and eating the right food and sometimes watching some stuff which gives you some entertainment. So that is something that people believe is self-love. But what is self-love actually? So first, in order to realize self-love, you need to know what do you mean by the self? So Baba says, what is the self? So the self is, you are a pure, peaceful, loveful, powerful being. And there are parts of you which even is not yourself, which is a gift of Maya which you have taken and you are preserving it inside you. So you might have anger and jealousy and ego and other stuff, but that is not yourself. That is the other which has become part of yourself right now. And if you see, so there is this very beautiful expression. So habits are called second nature. So that's not your first nature. What's your first nature? Your first nature is peace, purity, love, happiness, bliss, and power. And whatever looks like your nature right now is not your nature. That's something you've acquired. And Baba says, when you come to know that you are this self, this pure, peaceful being of light, and you love that, then you give your energy to that. You give your energy to that part of you which is peaceful, loveful, blissful, by giving your attention to it. And that is when it grows. So you nurture your peaceful self, your loveful self, and that is called self-love. And self-love is expressed in meditation. So this is how, Baba untangles everything. So I have a big problem with these expressions which are used in the world. I am angry, I am irritated. So no, Baba tells us, you are not angry. You are a peaceful soul. You have anger. You are a peaceful soul. You have anger, but that anger has crept into you because you've used it for a long time. It's like a tenant, who you rented out your mind to for some time, and then they've just continue to be there and they are not willing to leave. So this is self-love. And then Baba, likewise, for everything, Baba gives us clarity about what is what. And we have confused everything with everything else. And Baba says, until I come, the thread which is tangled cannot be untangled. So Baba says, I do not have a choice about whether to come. When it is time to come, I come in front of you children and I teach you every little detail, and I can't stop myself from doing that because that is this is how I'm bound by drama. And then Baba says, I don't come to give blessings or have mercy on you. Baba doesn't come to give blessings or have mercy on you. Would you ever tell your child, I'm having mercy on you? It's because of my mercy that you are who you are. Nobody speaks like that to his children. So Baba also says, I am not doing you any favor. You deserve this. I am giving you what you deserve. You have a right over me. You have a right over peace and happiness. And I come to give you that right as your father. So Baba says, I am not doing any mercy on you. And Baba says, I don't revive the dead. So when it was time for the dead to be dead, they went. Why do you call me to revive that? I don't do that job. What does Baba do? I come to purify you. So Baba says, when the world is depleted, I give you the energy to make it, or to renew it. And how do you renew this depleted world? Through the power of purity, love, peace, and that's what Baba gives you. And Baba says, you take it, you work with it, and you become a different person, and you make the world a different place. Now, if Baba is saying that I am bound by the bond of drama, what do you think? You are not bound by the bond of drama. So you are also in the bond of drama. So whatever you do because it's time to do that. Although you do it, so you are the doer, but then the design makes you do it. Would you have stayed in the lockdown, locked up at home? Would you do that by choice? No, but you did that. Why did you do it? Because it was time to do that. And because you stayed locked up, you thought about going inside. So the drama forced you to look inside. And then the drama brought you to an advertisement of the sessions. And then, although, there is choice involved, but the choice is made according to the design. So, there is a way I like to put this whole thing, which is we all have free will, but the free will is not that free. So you have choice at every moment, but the choice is not absolute. That is, you have a choice about certain things, but certain things are just there. You have to deal with it. There is no choice with regard to that. So now that somebody is locked up because of the lockdown, then you have a choice about how to use your time inside the apartment. You don't have a choice to step out of the apartment. So you have a choice and then you don't have a choice. So Baba says, you always have free will. But then the free will is not that free. So you have free will according to the drama. So according to the design, you are allowed certain things. And then let me break it down a little more. Even if you have 5 choices, you are limited by your taste and you are limited by your understanding. So let's say you have a choice about 3 toothpastes. Okay, so there are 3 toothpastes that are available to you in the washroom, and then one has mint, which you don't like, another has another, is has that cinnamon flavor, which you can't tolerate, and then you are left with the third one, which is endurable to you. So Baba says, even when for certain things, you don't have a choice apparently and visibly. And then for other things, it looks like you have a choice, but then you are limited by your taste and your conditioning and your ethical, moral values. And then you are limited by your sense of self and your wisdom about other stuff. So again, if we break it down to what it actually is, everything is predestined. That is why every 5,000 years, whenever you are in that same situation, you will make that same choice. You won't change it. It is like that. Yes, so this is what Baba says, that even I don't have a choice, then let alone you. You also don't have a choice. And if you had a choice, you wouldn't be sitting here and meditating and spending 1 hour on a spiritual class, which you have not done earlier in your life. But this is what the drama brings you to. And if I had a choice, I wouldn't be sitting here. So, yes, we all have a choice, but we don't have a choice. So, when the time comes, we all start doing what we are predestined to do. And then years later, you feel, okay, I'm doing this, and right now this makes the most sense, but I don't know how I ended up here. So the drama is like a current which just maneuvers you to where you belong. And Baba says, I am also bound by the drama, and you are also bound by the drama. So, do you love the drama? So, what is your relationship with the drama? So, I feel that there are three questions that we should constantly ask ourselves. What is my relationship with myself? What is my relationship with Baba? And what is my relationship with the drama? So, the first question, what is my relationship with myself? That is, do I pay considerable attention to my capacity for knowledge, peace, purity, love, happiness? Do I nurture that self that is so essential to my existence? So Baba says, what is your relationship with yourself? Do you pay enough attention? Do you devote enough time? Do you love yourself in the real sense? So if you don't build a healthy relationship with yourself, then yourself will not be available to you when you need it. And what you have paid attention to, that is your vices and your bad habits, they will be available to you, and they will screw you up in a bad manner. So that's the relationship with the self. Then, do you have a good relationship with Baba? And what does it mean to have a good relationship with Baba? Do you wake up at Amrit Vela and try to establish your connection with Baba and fill yourself with his virtues and powers? And do you read the Murli, which is a source of Baba's knowledge? So if you have a good relationship with Baba, you need to have good relationship with Baba's lifestyle or Baba's disciplines, which is everyday spiritual study, everyday meditation, and that is how you build a relationship. Can you build a relationship with anybody without giving them time, energy, and attention? No relationship is ever built without investing in it. So if you invest your time, energy, attention, resources in creating this relationship with Baba, then you have a good relationship with Baba. So this is the second question we need to ask ourselves. And everybody says, God help me, but God will help you if you help yourself by establishing a relationship with Him. This is why it is said, God helps those who help themselves. And then the third very interesting relationship is your relationship with the drama, with whatever is going on. So do you resist it? Do you say, I don't like what's going on? So if you don't like what's going on, then it's going to challenge you more in the face. So there is a law which says, whatever you resist will persist. So if you are resisting anything, then it's going to challenge you more and more. So have a very loving relationship with everything that's going on. Everything is great, wonderful, good. You just need to learn how to work with it. You need to respect the will of the drama, and you need to learn how to work with it. You don't resist the drama which is so powerful. Yes, so you should know what is bigger than you and you don't resist it. You try to befriend it by working around it. So in the world also we have this sense, if somebody is very powerful, politically or any which way, you don't try to question them. You kind of make your way work around them, and then you learn how to be friends with them. So the drama is very powerful. It is not asking you whether you like the virus or not. So it is what it is, whether you like it, hate it, find it bad, sad, whatever. It is what it is. So you learn how to work with it. You ask yourself, what do I do when the situation is like this? And you start doing that. And don't radiate this negative energy to what's going on. There are several forces behind it. Nobody is to blame, and then everybody is to blame. So this is a scene in the drama which is, this is the end scene, and this is the Kali Yuga. So in Kali Yuga, there is this 5,000 years of journey which we have made, and we are where we are because of that whole journey and the entire, second by second karma that has been created collectively. So we cannot resist what's happening. It's not happening without a reason. So we respect it and we work our way through it. So we better try to build a good relationship with the self, Baba, and the drama. And that is what we do every day in these classes. Every day in these classes, it is about these three things. Baba is teaching us how to create a better relationship with the self, Baba, and drama. And when we do that, then what happens? When everybody is your friend, then you suddenly become very powerful. When God is your friend and the drama is your friend and your inner self is on your side, then you become very, very powerful. And that is what Baba means by saying you will become the master of the world. Okay, so you don't have to lead with force, you have to lead with love. So when you love Baba, when you love yourself, you love the drama, then you kind of have power over them. You want to have power over the drama? Love the drama. Don't resist it. And I can give you a very practical expression of what love of the love for the drama can do. And in my life these days, I feel that even the drama asks me. So, nothing happens suddenly to me. So, everything happens at an opportune time. It's not like I never get fever or I never get a cold, but then I get it on holidays. So, so, so it's like the drama works in tandem with me. So yes, I have karmic settlement because I am a soul and I have made this journey of 63 births of, vicious living, and here I am. So I have karmic settlements, but those karmic settlements don't startle me. So they don't come at a time when I'm not able to deal with them. They come on holidays, and then I'm able to deal with them. Or I'll have a bad throat and cough at night, and in the morning it'll be fine. So this is how you can strike a deal with the drama. So you can settle your karma, but at a favorable time, and then it doesn't disturb your life as it is. So this is a very, very interesting way to put what's going on right now. So Baba says, build a relationship with the drama, with Baba, and with yourself. So this is so there are a lot of points in the Murli today, but we will cover this much, and I will talk about the blessing today. So the blessing today is, may you be an elevated effort maker who uses the word effort in an accurate way and constantly moves forward. Now, there is a problem with the English language sometimes and with the Hindi language sometimes. So, so in this word, in this blessing, Baba uses the word Purusharth, which is translated as the effort maker. Now, if you work with this word Purusharth, you will get the meaning better. And what is Purusharth? Purusharth means Purush Arth. And what is Purush? The soul. So Purusharth means for the sake of the soul. So whatever you do for the sake of the soul is Purusharth. And Baba says, everybody, so we use this word Purusharth a lot in Gyan, because in this path of knowledge, whatever you are doing is for the sake of the soul. But then, just like, if you are given a knife, sometimes if you use it the right way, it cuts vegetables, and if you use it the wrong way, it can cut your hand. Similarly, if you use this word Purusharth wrongly, now how do we use it wrongly? So some children tell Baba, Baba, I'm just an effort maker. मैं तो पुरुषार्थी हूँ ना. So Baba says, if you use it the wrong way and say that I'm just an effort maker, so I'm allowed mistakes, then that's a wrong way to use this word. So when you say I'm a Purusharthi, it means I do everything for the sake of the soul. And if while taking any decision about what to speak, how to do things, if you consider the development of the soul, then you will never be lagging behind. So Baba says, if you use this word rightly in action, that is, before doing any action, if you consider whether this is good for your spiritual development, then you will never have to say that I'm only an effort maker, because mistakes will be very, very less then. So this is what Baba says today. And then in the slogan, Baba says, maintain the awareness of being a master, almighty authority. This awareness keeps you aware of being a master. So Baba says, don't define yourself individually. So, when you say, I am so and so, then you are limited by who you are. But when you just like, if somebody puts a surname behind them, So there is somebody and then they have a surname, and then the surname gives them power. So I'm a so and so. So Baba says, similarly, you put my surname with you. So Baba is the almighty authority, and you define yourself in relationship with him. Say, I am the master almighty authority. So when you put my surname behind you, then you will have access to my power and my personality, and you will remember that by virtue of being my child, you have a lot with which you can work. So never call yourself by your name. Always remember you are the master almighty authority. You are the master ocean of peace, master ocean of purity. So when you remember your titles, when you remember your surname, then you will feel very powerful. And in this state of power, you will be able to deal with situations better. Okay, so Dadi always used to say, remember who you are and who you belong to. So remember who you are and who you belong to, and that will give you a lot of power. All right. Om Shanti. And
I have one.
yes, sure, Hanji.
Didi, like Baba says that he is bound with the drama, and on other side we are. Baba has also declared that I am the creator and director of this drama. So likewise, like this is the duty of Baba to teach us and fulfill us with all the virtues and powers. So likewise, we are also doing some karma. So like we can we say that we are also creating our drama, like our part in the drama throughout the our 84 births, and that's why our destiny, accordingly, our destiny makes up. So can we say that drama and destiny is the same thing, or is there any difference?
So you see, these are two sides of the same coin. So you are doing karma, which is creating your destiny, and your destiny is making you do that karma. So there are both these things. I'll tell you a short story about this. Okay. So it's a story in bhakti, and then there is this boy who loves his mother a lot, and then he goes to an astrologer, and that astrologer says that I can read your palm and tell you that you will kill your mother. So he gets very confused. Now, don't take the story very literally. It's so the person gets very confused and he says, "I love my mother so much. Why would I ever kill her?" And anyways, if the astrologer is saying this, even if it is nonsense, what I feel like doing right now is, let me take her to the pilgrimages. So let me at least give her a tour of all the pilgrimages before I kill her, if that is what is destined. So he takes her to the Tirth Yatra. And then when she is bathing in the Ganges, the mother is very happy that her child is taking her to the pilgrimage. And when she is taking a bath in the Ganga, then she gets caught up in a current. And then she calls out to her child, and the brother comes and he gives his hand and he tries to rescue her. But the force of the current is so great that he starts getting pulled in. And there is a point in time when he just leaves her hand. And then he realizes he left her hand and that's why she died. But then you see, he became the reason why she ultimately lost her life. That is, somewhere he left her hand. But then that all happened because he came to know of that announcement and he took her to that Tirth. So now you see how everything is connected. So So whatever is in the drama, start doing that thing, and then you start creating that future by your own action. So spiritual matters are a little deeper to understand. So whenever you are in a scene, you are in a scene because drama has put you there. And what you do in that scene is also decided by the drama, because according to the drama, you have a certain sense and sensibility. And then you act out of that. And then when you act out of that, you get what you're destined to get. So this is how it is going. And we do karma, of course, but then all that karma, just like I told you in the next stage, that you are limited by your sense and sensibility, your wisdom, your habits, everything. So you are who you are, and you only do as you are. So who you are defines what you do. So where is free will? And if you are not making effort to change who you are, which can only happen when Baba comes. So that is also according to the time in drama. So everything is moving according to drama. And why do we have to always try to be more powerful than the drama? We can work with the drama, right? So why do we have to ask whether there is free will or predestination? Why can't we say that I love the free will that the predestination allows? Okay, so we can just go with these ideas. How do I avoid using drama as an excuse for my lack of accurate effort? Yes, by respecting yourself. That is why I told you, love yourself, love the drama, love Baba. When you love yourself, you do whatever you are capable of, because that's your dignity. So, I giving my best is not dependent on how you respond. It's my dignity. Yes, so I should honor myself enough to give in my best always. I don't do because I'm asked to do. I do because I am. And that's how you ensure giving in your best even when the drama is not conducive. Okay, so respecting yourself and respecting the drama along with respecting Baba, you will strike that fine balance which is required in life. Om Shanti.